In the DRC, dozens of people have died in clashes between security forces and protesters angered by what opposition groups and observers say is President Joseph Kabila's plan to postpone elections and retain power beyond the constitutional two-term limit. My colleague Paul Ndiho, has more.
The streets of Kinshasa are calm following anti-government protests last month that killed nearly 50 people. For months, the country has suffered a simmering anger over what opponents of President Joseph Kabila believe are his efforts to hold on to power beyond his constitutional term limit, either by delaying elections or reversing the constitution. The United Nations has voiced a concern and called on all sides to exercise restraint. The spokesman for the UN High Commission for Human Rights, Rupert Colville, says the international body is deeply worried about the violence.
We urge the authorities to ensure that existing national and international standards on the appropriate use of force are fully respected by all security personnel. We call for a credible and impartial investigation to bring those responsible for human rights violations and criminal acts to justice, and we stand ready to support such an inquiry.
Since attaining independence from Belgium in 1960, the massive, resource-rich nation has experienced a dictatorship, poor governance, poverty, and insecurity. Congolese President Joseph Kabila has been in power since 2001. He won disputed elections in 2006 and in 2011. In June, Moise Katumbi, a popular opposition candidate and former governor of the Katanga province, was sentenced in absentia to 36 months in prison on what he says were trumped-up charges, and also fined $6 million for illegally selling the property which a Greek citizen claimed belonged to his family. Despite the charges, the opposition leader has vowed to return to Congo from Europe to run for the presidency, with the backing of 7 opposition parties.
Population are ready for election, which is important. 99% are ready for the election, and they are waiting for the right time. You don't want to make a putsch, you don't want to make a coup d'etat, you want to follow our constitution. And if they don't call for election, the people of Congo are going to say, Mr. President, you didn't respect what you're supposed to respect. It's time to go. Bye-bye, Mr. President. Bye-bye, the government of Congo. There is no any mistake. Our demonstration are going to be always peaceful demonstration.
It remains unclear when elections in the DRC will be held, if not in November. Kabila's second term in office expires on December 19th, and Congolese appear split on whether he should remain in office until elections are organized. A recent national dialogue was boycotted by many opposition parties and failed to resolve the issue. The Electoral Commission says it needs until December 2018 to complete the work of registering all voters and readying the country for an election. President Kabila's office issued a statement calling for calm and inviting the entire population to go about their daily activities now that the security is again fully ensured. The United States is pressuring Kabila to respect the constitution and hold elections on time. There are also growing concerns over what they say are efforts to stifle peaceful protests. Paul Ndiho, VOA News, Washington.
Thanks, Paul, for that report.